everyone, welcome back. This is my third video of new releases. There's four-ish, there's 3 plus a few body splashes that are all in one collection here. And I'm talking about, be sure to give a like, a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I have an Instagram channel and a merch shop, both linked below. So let's jump right in. So the very first one I want to talk about is my favorite find of like the past 2 months probably. And that is Yves Saint Laurent Black Opium Le Parfum. It came out a little while ago. It's definitely not brand new, but I definitely want to talk about it. So let's talk about the notes first. So it has top notes of pear, cinnamon, and green mandarin, middle notes of solar notes, jasmine, sambac, and orange blossom, and base notes of 3 different kinds of vanilla. You are speaking my language. Coffee, vanilla orchid, and patchouli. And let me just say, the original Black Opium is all well and good, but I can't wear it. The coffee is so dark and black and just blah, it just chokes me. So the added vanilla here makes a huge difference. So at first spray on my skin, I get a blast of like creamy, decadent vanilla poured over coffee. It's delicious. And the dry down, the original DNA does come out more, but blends really nicely with this rich, decadent vanilla, more like a sweet, creamy latte, whereas the original is more like dark and heavy, like black coffee to me. In the deep dry down, I get root beer float vibes, which is also very welcome and wonderful. So the vanilla really does shine in this one. It makes it creamy, makes it in some ways a little bit lighter, but there still is that like coffee richness that I love. So definitely an upgrade from the original, an amazing flanker, my favorite flanker by far. I've tried all the flankers. This is absolutely my favorite flanker of all of the Black Opiums. Performance-wise, it did fade substantially by midday for me, so it's not quite as powerful as the original, but I just love the scent so much more. So yeah, definitely a winner. Second, I have Thomas Kosmala Candy, the Eau de Parfum. And I did a full review of all the other Thomas Kosmala line perfumes, so numbered like 1 through 10. So I'll link that down below if you want to check it out. Now, Candy has top notes of red fruits and cherry, middle notes of raspberry bloom and tiara flower, and base notes of cotton candy, vanilla, and caramel. And on first spray, this is like red berries and cotton candy with a hint of powderiness, which somehow gives me the impression of like the texture of cotton candy. Like it somehow, every once in a while you find a perfume that like gives you a textural experience. And this is just unique in that way. It actually gives me like the feeling of like putting cotton candy into my mouth before it melts. It's wonderful. It's so good. The dry down gets more citrusy and sharp though, which does break up the sweetness really nicely. And the cherry comes out more. So it gets a little more fruity. So we still have the cotton candy sweetness, but we're getting a little more blend of different scents. I get the very faintest hint of that Baccarat Rouge vibe, which I also get in their number 4, Après l'Amour. And so maybe it's just like actually pulling from the DNA of Après l'Amour a little bit, which is great because that's a really good one too. So basically this is like an upscale cotton candy scent for me. It has some levity to it. It's not as syrupy sweet as like pink sugar, for example. It definitely is a more ritzy, classy cotton candy type scent. And the performance is amazing. It lasts and projects. It's a real winner. It's an expensive one, but it's a real winner. It's really quite good. Then third, another one I actually really liked, I have Paco Rabanne Fame. So Fame has top notes of mango and bergamot, middle notes of jasmine and olibanum, and base notes of vanilla and sandalwood. And so this one at first spray, it's really like white florals by the ocean. If I can put an experience to it, like rubbing my hands through white flowers while I'm next to the ocean. It smells dry in a way. Like I think the sandalwood is making it smell like a little bit of a dryness, kind of like you get with like the white sage and white sea salt. What is it? White, whatever. The Jo Malone sea salt one. Wood sage and sea salt. That's what it is. It has like a dryness to it. It's a little bit salty. It also gives me a bit of like a coconut vibe to it, even though that's not one of the notes. So it's a really cool blend. I actually think this is a pretty unique perfume. And then in the dry down, the sweetness comes out more, but it still has that beachy type scent. Like it's kind of salty, sandy, a little bit like sweet coconut milkiness to it, even though I know it's not one of the notes. Maybe I'm taking mango and like making it coconut in my mind. I don't know, but that's what it smells like to me, like sweet coconut and milky and lactonic and creamy. But there's still this like wisp of florals in the background. So it's not as like high-end smelling as say Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. It stops short though of that typical summer cocktail scent. So it's a really beautiful summer scent. And I actually really love it. And I don't like the sunscreen stuff. And this is going nowhere near the sunscreen type stuff. In the deep dry down though, like hours into wear, the mango does come out more on me, but it still stays creamy. I don't like the bottle personally, the whole like toy looking thing. I don't even get what that is. But so I might still get a full size bottle of this though, because I really do love it that much. And the performance is outstanding. So definitely worth getting your nose on. It's actually really unique for being a commercial perfume. And lastly, I kind of grouped these all together. I got into Victoria's Secret recently and smelled their new fall collection. And I want to just talk about it because, hey, why not? So we'll talk first about Apple Dream. So Apple Dream has notes of golden delicious apple, gloss candy coating, and autumn amber. And this to me smells a lot like Sour Patch watermelon candies, like the sweet and the sour aspect to it. So it's really yummy. And I mean, obviously body sprays don't last, they don't develop on your skin, but it's really some yummy apple scent. I really do like it. And then Sugar High has notes of cotton candy skies, whipped vanilla, and sweet musk. And you may recall that Bath & Body Works had a scent called Cotton Candy Skies, I believe it's, or Cotton Candy Clouds. I think it's Cotton Candy Clouds. But it's very, very similar to this. It's like a candy vanilla, like a cotton candy, candied vanilla, very sweet, very pillowy. It's lovely, it's nice, but it also isn't super dense or rich. So it kind of doesn't really scratch the cotton candy itch for me, to be honest. And then we have Warm Vanilla, which is my favorite. And that has notes of shaved cinnamon, pumpkin cream, and marshmallow fluff. And this smells a lot to me like a pumpkin cinnamon roll. And it's delicious. It's wonderful. It's like more than just the vanilla. It's definitely like got the spicy notes, a little bit of pumpkin to me in there, a little bit of cinnamon, like the whipped frosting. It's delicious, and I really love this one. It's by far my favorite. Now, I did not have Sun Blossom in the store when I went to go try it. Sun Blossom has notes of crisp air, wild strawberry blossom, and sun-washed denim. I would love to get my nose on this, but I have not. So that is the next video of new releases. I hope you'll stay tuned. There's one final video left because I'm doing 4 in each. And yeah, thanks so much for being here. See you in the next one. And I hope you have a very beautiful day.